So I had somebody hit me with a question today that I feel like I had way too much of a emotional response to it, at least like in the delivery of it. I definitely got a little carried away. But I had somebody ask me what I thought of Canzuk. Canzuk, however you. I can't even say it right. Canzuk. Yeah, that's gonna be a real dandy for people to remember. Like 90% of people can't even pronounce Lithuania, and you're going to Canzuk, which is cool. Like you combine the names and everything. But somebody was asking me what I thought of the former British Empire coming together and essentially establishing a second world power. Not saying they're of the second world. I just know if I didn't correct that, somebody was gonna meme me. But truly, I was incredibly jealous. In like one of the one of the few times in my life I've really been jealous, because growing up here in the United States, I always kind of viewed Canada as that girl that America bought the ring for, and never gave it to her. And knowing Britain's trying to pop the question now, I I would like some guarantees about how you're gonna treat Canada better than us, because they're getting in line with you. I promise you we'll offer them a better deal. If we can get Australia and New Zealand tagged on too, I mean, we'll let you third wheel this, but uh, I'm just saying, if you're trying to take Canada, America better have its standing up at the "are there any objections" moment. And I don't know who's gonna be in charge at that point, or if it'll ever happen, but I I really did want a North American union. Like I wanted dual citizenship between the U.S. and Canada. And if if you look at the world right now, it's so divisive and continuously just fracturing. You go look at the former Yugoslavia, for instance, and every ethnic group is at at each other's throats still, just trying to break into smaller and smaller states. And I think it'd be really poetic in a way if the the U.S. and Canada viewed each other in a manner where we look at the fact that we speak common tongue, and for the most part have common ancestry, at least in our roots. And we may have taken different paths, but if we came back though and determined that somewhere along the way we realized that we have an ethical understanding of one another where we don't even need that border anymore, because despite our slight cultural differences, we do view each other as equals and do uphold freedom, the rule of law, and stand on the same moral ground. And you know, 1812, we got a little handsy with Canada. Burned Toronto to the ground, and they rebutted by burning the White House. So yeah, it hasn't always been sunshine and rainbows, but screw you, Britain, go back to the EU. We've been waiting to pop the question for a while now. We've been beating around the bush, but I would really hope that America would throw their hat in the ring on that one. Like, I'm just saying, like, I still think us and Canada could run duos better than Canzuk could run 4-man squad. If we wanted to get a 5-man going, though, we could talk about that. Like, if we could come up with a baller name, just, it'd have to be one word, though. Like United or something, just. Or an acronym, 3-letter. We just have to be not necessarily European Union standard, but you know, increased flexibility of your passport, more advantageous freedom of movement, more economic cooperation. Because I'm telling you, the issue Britain's going to run into with this that they're trying to push is they want to center it in London. They want to be the precipice because, yes, they have the largest population. Yes, they have the most economic sway. But Canada is their better option. Because you can funnel everything in. Trickle down economics failed because of systemic reasons involving the geopolitical geography of much of the nations that were trying to benefit from that concept. You could formulate theoretically a functioning version of that utilizing North America. And if you could get us and Canada, you would reshift the economic power of the world back away from Asia and essentially draw a line across the map from Oceania to, much of the European plain. Like, I'm even including Russia in this because you would reestablish norms of labor distribution that haven't been available since the collapse of the British Empire. But if you have America with you, you have the checkbook of the free world pushing that. And where these resources are currently being extracted from Australia for China, we could redistribute that through a modernized trade network that spans the globe, but formulates a basis of distribution. Everyone does their key part. That's how, typically empires work, is you establish these to meet a certain need. Canada was a company when it started. Australia was a penal colony, but the extraction of resources from Australia has been exponential since the 50s. We could shift this back to the Western world. Like, of course, Europe, Japan, South Korea, the Asian tigers, Philippines, they're always going to get the benefits because, America has obligations to them just like we have obligations to our European allies. But what you would do, though, is completely undermine China's capacity to shift global trade. They've been eating away at all of us for a very, very long time. And if we took a united we stand approach and just got the English-speaking world together, we could sling this thing back so quick they wouldn't even know it hit them.